Alright, welcome back to the Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void series. This event is brought to you by Nexus Recall, FalconPaladin, and it's sponsored by Cetone and the Gauntlet crew. You can follow them at Gauntlet SC2 on Twitter. Special shout out to Cetone, who is, as I mentioned, the sponsor of the event. You may see him in chat and around the community. He loves StarCraft. We love StarCraft, so huge shout out to him for making this whole thing possible. I'm BobbyAwesome. With me, as per the usual, is FalconPaladin. Good friend, FalconPaladin. Buddy, you there? And, I don't know. I'll just talk to FalconPaladin as if he is here. So, actually, no, I won't. Alright, guys, we're heading into the finals right away, guys. Between, we got Bly. Why is my screen flickering? Anyway. Okay, we got Bly and Firecake, guys. A lot of fans of both players. Bly on fire, known for his online cup participation, and Firecake, really stepping it up in recent times. He did very well in the WCS series throughout this year, I should say, and had a respectable performance in the recent DreamHack. Both players showing strong skills in the current meta of Legacy of the Void. Pretty stoked to see what happens next in these players' careers. But guys, yes, this is a finals, best of 7, $150 to the first place prize, first place player, and second place gets 100 bones. I'm pretty stoked for that. Don't know where Falcon is, guys. That's all right. He'll be back pretty soon. We're actually just entering the lobby right now of the first map of this best of 7. Guys, also the finals for the Gauntlet series of events, Legacy Void series of events, is next weekend. That is Wednesday. All right, Falcon is in the lobby now. Excellent. That's next weekend, December 12th, guys. The Gauntlet Global Finals. 16 players vie for $1,000 prize pool. Competitors include Nurchio, Apocalypse, Byun, Bly, Polt, Violet, Solar, Jokji, and more. Including today's heroes, Senin and J-King will also be there. So nice to see some perhaps lesser known players stake out their claim in the upper echelon of StarCraft 2. FalconPaladin, I hear you're there now.
Indeed, I am
Excellent.
back.
Sweet. All right, we're ready to kick off, guys. We are in game right now. To the north, guys, of the finals of the Gauntlet Legacy of the Void global qualifiers, it is the Blue Zerg, Bly.
And to the south, we have the red Zerg player vying for the bragging rights and money that comes with winning this tournament. It is Firecake. Raise your baguettes.
Raise your baguettes, indeed.
Do you have baguettes in your part of Canada?
Who doesn't have baguettes?
Well, they have them here, but they just call it French bread.
Oh, yeah, that's what they call it here. I mean, it depends on what store you go to.
If it's like a Frenchy French store, they call it the baguette.
Pretty much. We got some something happening with Bly here. It looks like an aggressive opening. One base. No plan on taking a hatch by the looks of it. And Firecake is just now getting his... About a third of the way done is his spawning pool. If I'm reading this correctly. Yes, I am. So... Okay, yeah, but it is pool first, at least, before hatch, so Firecake is in a defensible position, but Bly is looking to put some heavy aggression on very early on this in the first game of this best of 7, trying to set the tone early. I like it. But
fair enough.
Speed
so
yet.
I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know about this build. Queens are good for base defense. You can get your own Lings out as well. I mean... The Lings are heading out there. They're not going to be able to force a cancel on that hatch. I don't think... Oh, there we go. Spine coming up. Recognizing what is coming now. Does Firecake. That Spine should be finished in time to do something here. But you know what? Maybe I was wrong. He might actually end up losing that hatch, which would not be the end of the world, but it's definitely something that hurts.
Yeah, I like the idea behind Bly's opener here. If it was a hatch first, it was not. So we had a spawning pool first for our red Zerg player, and... I like the idea to try to cancel this natural. I've seen this build before somewhere, I think. I'm pretty sure I've done a variation of this taught by my SC2 sensei. But the point is to cancel this natural, throw down one of your own so yours is just faster. And which will set you ahead economically. But All that being said, Firecake is actually defending this quite well. Actually, no, he cancels it. What? That is actually quite surprising. Maybe it was just a little bit too much heat for him right now. Speed is almost done for Bly. And he sees there's no hatch at the natural of Bly either. So Bly is all in on this. The Banelings are running up the ramp, and more are being made right now. Firecake sees all, knows all. There's a spine at the front, as you mentioned before. Nice little safety spine. So what
Here comes the aggression? 2 queens as well. Get a full surround on that queen. Is it going to fall? Yes, it does fall. Trying to force it down the Banelings before they can actually get any damage anywhere else. And Baneling count is down to 2. Crashing onto that queen. Banelings are now gone. Oh, the queen ends up dead. No single Baneling does make it into the mineral line. Weakens
nice Baneling hit.
Drones. Doesn't kill that many of them. The Lings are trying to finish off the ones that are weakened. And 10 Lings in production here for Firecake. He needs to hold on for about another 10 seconds here. And is he going to get it? Lings popping out again, but continuing to stream across the map here for Bly. And finally, the very last Ling does go down for Bly. It is 14 to 13 Harvesters, 21 to 22 Supply. And I think it's a reset at this point.
It is, absolutely. Both players are relatively equal in worker count and army supply. Neither player can, at this point, kill the other player. As long as Bly makes a Baneling or 2 at home, he should be perfectly safe from this counterattack by Firecake.
Yep, Firecake just trying to make sure that nothing too crazy is happening here. I think he was waiting to see if Bly was going to take a command center, a hatchery, and he was going to try to deny that, but no, not going to happen at all. Both.
This is really interesting.
What is that?
He's just making
7
more
defensive Banelings? Why there? Yeah. Why not? That's weird. That's a lot of defensive Banelings.
That is weird.
If they're offensive, they should have been morphed down farther towards the base.
Yeah, perhaps he doesn't want to take the chance of getting surrounded by his when he's transferring his Lings down south. I'm not entirely sure, but this is seen by Firecake. He knows exactly what's going on. No surprises here. Bly does leave 1 Ling at home just in case, 1 Baneling at home, sorry, just to prevent any run-bys that can possibly end the game. Banelings of Firecake is being morphed in right now. They do just finish morphing. Oh, Baneling massacres. I don't even know who won that. Nobody did. Everybody's a loser on that one.
Dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Baneling on Baneling violence. Nobody cares about that.
No.
All right. Yeah.
Speaking of knife fights before, now we're in one. This is a traditional SC2 knife fight. This is dirty play.
Like three Lings, no big deal. All right, so the second hatchery just about to finish here for Firecake. Bly's is about 70% complete as well. Ling Baneling attacks across all the way back and forth this narrow stretch between the two bases. Going to try to force a cancel, but that's not going to happen. The Banelings are going to chase them away. And Baneling versus Baneling, who wins this one? Oh, I think Bly won that one, actually. 2 of the Banelings are still alive, chasing around the rest of them. Hatchery pops. A little bit worse for the wear, but we'll make it through.
But then Firecake's macro has kicked in. He's at 25 drones versus 19 of Bly. I think the one base second push by Bly really cost him in the drone count, and we could see that starting to pay dividends for Firecake, as his economy is relatively booming compared to Bly, as his natural is up and running fully. We have a Roach Warren for Bly, well on its way, just about halfway done. No such thing in sight for Firecake, but he does instead opt for the economic route, taking a fast third base. Is Firecake. I like that. I actually don't mind that at all.
Yeah, that does seem like a good play right here. Keeping the pressure on Bly, taking a third of his own behind it. He was very smart indeed. And Roach Warren of his own now coming up for Firecake. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I mean, again, it's still neck and neck, 44 to 44 total supply. Firecake does have more workers, Bly has more army, but not by many on either side of those things.
Yeah, I think the key is here, he knows he can't die to what Bly has. So he knows he could afford to take the third. Then he doesn't even need to saturate the third to either defend or attack. Just uses its production, adds another queen, and since he's getting Roach Warren of his own, which is later than Bly's, but at this point, again, it doesn't quite matter. At least it doesn't look like it. As long as he can pump up the roaches immediately. Interesting, he cancels his third base. Firecake is not afraid to cancel his bases, that's for sure. Plays it safe. I don't mind that. He's still way ahead in workers, so he could survive off a 2 base economy, whereas Bly is mining very lightly in comparison. But we'll see if Bly can make anything of this, as he does have Ravagers, Banes, and Roaches on the field right now.
Yep, Big Impact coming right on up. The Ravagers doing work with their extra range, trying to kill these Roaches. Roaches getting destroyed and dismantled, retreating back down the ramp just a little bit, trying to focus firing the Banelings there. The Queen's on defense as well, but I'm just not sure there's a whole lot here for Firecake. Once again, on the aggressive side here is Bly. Banelings crashing into that mineral line. Corrosive Bile being thrown down as well to get rid of that Spine Crawler, and it does fall. Queen's dying at the same time. There are 4 Ravagers left, and do they want to continue this attack? They decided to back on out. No reinforcements coming, but they did quite a bit of damage anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot lost there by Bly. Firecake did get his worker count taken down a peg or two, but I like the hold so far by Firecake. It is not over yet, as Bly is a very tenacious Zerg player, and he does run some Lings in, which is a very nice touch. Forces the Lings off the line and loses some in the process, as he's taking care of the Roaches with his Ravagers at the front of the natural base. Well, he actually gets us around too with these Lings. Loses all his Ravagers, but the Lings will help at least kill some of Firecake's Roaches in the meantime. This is such a close game right now. Bly is behind in army supply though, as a lot of Roaches on the field, or actually on the way, I should say, for Firecake, as his economy, which has been superior this whole time, well, not as much so now. Either way, it has kicked in, and he will be in a healthy army position, maybe even for a counterattack that I'm not entirely sure Bly himself can hold.
It's going to be close. Absolutely. I'm trying to decide for myself how that's going to work out. But here come the Lings swinging around that right side. The third base is just getting started now. Not very much HP on that at all. The Lings could be able to force a cancel. Roaches are here, though. Pretty good positioning by Firecake, and chases them away. Nice job. Good sixth sense recognizing that was coming and chasing away that Ling counterattack.
Yeah, as crazy as this game is, the third base is well on the way for Firecake. Nothing in sight for Bly. Army supplies are largely identical. The worker supplies are also negligible in this certain situation. Some Overlord's being taken out by the Bile. Kills his own. Bly kills his own Overlord. Really, this guy has absolutely no heart as a leader. No heart whatsoever. And
doesn't care about the minions?
No, he demands fireworks, so we must create them somehow, and kills his own unit doing so. But nice little Ling run by, trying to take out this third, but some Roaches are here to respond. Not enough Lings there to force the issue for Bly. Some Roach Ravagers then moving around the map here for Bly. Still no third on the way. You just would have expected something of this. He's just trying to apply the pressure, take down the middle rocks here. Maybe try to cancel. I guess he knows the third is so far ahead for Firecake. He wants to try to get some damage done, punish Firecake for his economic greed. But Firecake is so far ahead. He was ahead economically. He could afford to take this third without too much sacrifice. And that's something I'm not sure Bly has quite realized yet, as he's taking a third, using this aggression to mask and protect his building of his third, and we'll see if that pays off.
Another Overlord does fall. Another one dies. Whoa, Corrosive Bile. Interesting camera angle on that. Haven't seen that for a while. Both players just defending. Massive loss of Overlords here. Another player is supply blocked. Actually, Firecake is supply blocked right now. That worked out for him. Corrosive Bile is being thrown on from both sides there, but the army just looks a little bit too big here for Firecake. Bly is trying to kite back and save what he can, but getting chased all the way back to his third base. If Firecake continues to be aggressive here, he might be able to force a cancel on that third and then just be in a commanding position. But again, reinforcements are coming out. Defender's advantage is in Bly's court right now. Can Firecake make something happen? He is. He's moving right up onto the creep. He is not worrying about having to move away from anything. He has a bigger army than Bly at this point. Drones are being forced to pull off the line here to try to defend, and then they're retreating once again, and Firecake taking his time. Does he even know that third is there? I don't think he even knows.
He does, in fact, knows it was going up at the very least. But Firecake's army is so much superior, and it was over double the supply of Bly. Bly is just holding on for dear life. Again, Firecake has shown patience. Patience of a champion, really, and the killer instinct of one as well. As he's now moving in, knowing he has superior forces, marshaled his reinforcements together into one clump, and starts the march right into the natural of Bly.
Yep, trying to get a bit of a sandwich here is Bly, but he just doesn't have enough units to actually pull that off. Roaches, Ravagers, no upgrades on either side. Nobody has a full advantage there. These workers are in a lot of trouble, and that's it. A GG from Bly wins game number 1 against Firecake. One game closer to winning the tournament.
GG, Firecake. Excellent play overall. That was an intense game. It started off like a knife fight, then turned into a Roach Ravager fight. But just the macro mindset of Firecake just enabled him to, carry on throughout the rest of that game when it got a little deeper. And that's what matters. He had that extra income for a while. Did end up losing a lot of drones through one of the attacks that Bly had, but the economic lead that he had solidified himself earlier on had already paid for itself. So he could afford the loss and stay ahead of Bly for the rest of that game. All right, guys, that was game number 1 of the finals for the Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void series qualifier. This is the qualifier for the global finals, which will happen next weekend on the 12th. And so this is Bly versus, I guess overall, we should really look at the, the idea. I should say Bly versus Firecake. What am I saying? The overall aspect of this tournament too, like the opponents that these guys have gone through to get here. I was getting sidetracked by the old bracket here. Like Firecake beat Myungshik to get here, despite whatever we're saying about Myungshik's build. He has an unbeatable build. Firecake played really well to win the games he did. And that cannot be discounted. This guy is one of the top foreigners right now. Probably the biggest potential for 2016 as far as the foreign scene is concerned. Cannot understate that fact. Guys, we're heading to game number 2 of this final series. Best of 7, keep that in mind. To the north, we have the red Zerg. It is Firecake.
And to the south, on Orbital Shipyard, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Acer.Bly. Again,
right.
Early spawning pool coming up here from Bly. And yep, early one coming from Firecake as well. Both players planning on being a little bit more aggressive than you normally would see. I guess just based on the aggression they saw in game number 1, they figured better safe than sorry.
Actually, looks very similar builds from both players here to the first game. As in, it's going to play out very similar. The pool is early enough for Firecake that he is no real threat of these early aggressive pool builds by Bly. We'll see how Bly adapts to it, but if the last game was any indicator, he doesn't have much of a follow-up plan. So we'll see if he's adapted since that game, though. Yeah, almost identical. He takes his natural, does Firecake too. So this is going to play so far as a mirror of game 1.
And yeah, definitely do like that spawning pool coming out before the hatchery. It allows you to get an economic advantage against your opponent as long as you can hold the aggression, which the early spawning pool is designed to do. Bly continuing to send some Zerglings across the field, gets an expansion of his own as well as getting Ling speed. Firecake getting a Queen and getting another Overlord, but not really doing a whole lot to prepare against this. Sending the Lings across the far side of the map, out of the view of those Overlords. It takes you longer to get there, but the element of surprise is so very important for Bly right now. And it looks like
he absolutely needs that. He needs every advantage he can get at this point. That being said, there's a difference between this game and the first. Bly is indeed taking his natural right away. So this is just some aggression, try to put some pressure on, force some units out of Firecake, maybe kill a drone, a queen or two, force mistakes out of Firecake. But we'll see how Firecake deals with this. As we've seen, Firecake deals well in adversity. He's not one to crumble. So Bly is going to look for a little bit of a miracle here. He will get a queen by the looks of it. Forces a cancel here. And drones are off the line. So very well, already some victories here for Bly. But he needs to get more done as he's behind in the drone count by 4.
That was a nice pickup, getting the queen, absolutely. But second queen does pop up, gets the injection off. And the Zerglings, more Zerglings are moving across the map here for Bly, continuing to swarm with those Speedlings. Does he pick off another queen here? He might. He has a pretty good angle. No, does back out there, trying to pick off reinforcing Lings of Firecakes there. Maybe go after this hatchery as well. Force Firecake to come to him. More Lings coming across. I think I've had this nightmare before. It is not looking good at all for Firecake right now, but somehow, some way, it looks like he might actually stabilize.
Yeah, so far so good for Firecake. He did lose another queen, but he has that spine crawler up in the mineral line of his main, and that alone will deter any more commitment of aggression by Bly. As we see Bly starting to drone up and still producing Lings in the background, but that's likely more for defense to prevent any counterattack damage by Firecake. As we see queens meandering their way towards the ramp, Bly's trying to block that off. But will he? Yeah, he is indeed still moving those queens there. Create a little wall off to prevent these Lings from getting to his own mineral line.
Yep, that is an excellent move to wall off like that. Obviously, your reinforcing Lings can't get through either. You're going to have to watch that one. But a whole ton of banelings coming in here on Firecake, trying to fight here. He does win the Ling battle at the same time, and now coming up this ramp, this is going to be very, very dangerous. Banelings crashing into the queens can do quite a bit of damage and actually break down this type of a wall. We'll see how Bly manages to respond against it. He's a baneling nest of his own immediately, morphing in some defensive banelings here. And is Firecake going to go for it? He is. Brings the Lings up first, squeezes the banelings past there, gets some hits off on the queens. Transfuse keeps one alive. The other one dies, though. A bunch of banelings are flooding
so
in,
close.
And responding banelings are here, but a little bit too late.
Just a second too late.
Pretty good splits there by Bly. Still losing 6 drones. 13, 14 drones. Oh, what a massacre. Oh, now it's 21-12 Harvesters in favor of Firecake.
Yeah, more banelings are being morphed too. Yeah, the aggression has been actually slightly halted as he's waiting for his reinforcements, but nonetheless, he knew he was over. Firecake takes that game in devastating fashion. That game was volatile right from the beginning. Both players, it came down to if Bly could get enough damage with his initial attack. He did not. You have to get your opponent's worker count below yours. 18 drones were still left alive for Firecake to the 14 of Bly. Just not enough damage done for the economic sacrifice you made to make that attack happen. And then the flood that came afterwards from of banelings and lings that came from Firecake afterwards was too much for Bly to handle, and we saw the exact result of that. That's how crazy that's how crazy ZVZ can be at its absolute scrappiest.
Yeah, just again, like I said, I've had that 9 part before. There are lings from Bly flooding into Firecake's base. He kept his cool. He used drones to defend as necessary, recognized he could afford to lose them because he was up in worker count compared to what Bly was doing. Held and then did a counterattack, made it happen. He got there just before the defensive banelings morphed in, which was a huge point as well, and pulled out game number 2.
Yep, guys, this is the Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void Qualifier number 2. Qualifier for the Global Finals, which will occur December 12th. That is Saturday. Next Saturday, 16 players will fight for a $1,000 prize pool. The winner of this event will get $150. Second place, $100. And up 2-0 right now is Firecake. Bly on Fire fans. I bet some of them are feeling a little bit scared. That being said, they're probably feeling just fine since he's already qualified for the Global Finals twice over if you count this event. And yeah, next week's event, the Global Finals, guys. Tell all your friends, tell your grandma, it doesn't matter, because then maybe she'll tell some of her friends to tune into this event. Same channel, hit up that follow button right here on Twitch TV, and it's going to be a massively amazing event. $1,000 on the line. The lineup is insane. We have Nurchio, Apocalypse, Beyond, guys. Beyond, Bly, Polt, Violet, Solar, Jockji, and more. Plus, the Gauntlet, Legacy of the Void, Archon Mode show match, Huck MC versus Masa and Violet. They're fighting for $200 in that show match. Guys, we're heading to game number 3 of the finals of the Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy Void Qualifier between Bly and a Firecake. Oh my goodness. In the, I guess we're doing the south. In the south portion of the map, we have the blue Zerg. It is Bly. Bly. Can he do what it takes to win this game, Paladin? Can he?
Sure. Why not?
Sure,
and
believe.
The top left of the map, we have the red Zerg player coming fresh off a victory. It is Firecake.
Bly is a king of online tournaments. He does really well in these events, particularly like ESL events. See him do time and time again. Although he did fairly well recently in a variety of other events as well. Firecake, perhaps like the next level. We've said this many times before. A next level European Zerg. Shades of Stefano in what we've seen from him. Him and Lil Bo both representing France. And I don't know what it is about France, but they're coming out with these really high level StarCraft 2 players like Marine Lord as well. And I think Firecake just found that rhythm this year, in the beginning of this year. Yeah, he used to be known as that Turtle Zerg, but then something clicked and he went forward in his skill level. And look at this. We have a natural going down at the gold for Firecake. He gives no cares about playing against a Zerg player as aggressive as Bly. Like we've seen Bly open really aggressively. This is a risky move by Firecake, but he also opened pretty safe despite this expansion at the gold. So, situation slightly different, but the opening still remains the same for both players.
So once again, Lings are across the map, desperately trying to avoid the observation that can come from Overlords overhead. One of these Overlords might actually catch them. Could be very close, though. What is... Anyway, pretty big Ling attack coming from Bly. Firecake should know this is coming by now. It's happened in games number 1 and number 2. And yes, some Lings of his own are heading out across the map. Drones are saturating that gold base, and we'll have to see if Bly can shut that down.
Yeah, we have Banelings on the way as well for Bly. Bly means to put in some damage very, very soon. But this is actually really risky for Firecake. Again, he's... Well, actually, no, he is himself getting some Lings and a Spine Crawler. So he knows something's up. He is well prepared for it. The Spine Crawler just finished. Speed is just over halfway done for Firecake. The Lings of Bly are on the way, and the attack has commenced.
That queen is so trying to get back onto the creep.
Yeah.
She does not want to get surrounded. Oh, but the surround happens anyway. The Lings can't really get in there because of the Banelings that are there, and the queen does fall. Big group of Lings here. This other queen is also does not want to die. This is going to hurt the ability to produce more units for Firecake. It is an overwhelming force here going after the Spine Crawler. Banelings crashing on all of these units here. Big split, killing 9-10 workers. Just a massive display of aggression here for Bly. Firecake is down to 7 total drones. Now, going to try to get some aggression out on this hatchery. No, going to send his Lings on home. A job well done.
Yeah, well played by Bly. Finally got the Baneling hits he needed. It all occurred when they lost that lone queen, trying its best to get the gold, realizing what a mistake it made, and got caught out in the middle. And that was the beginning of the end of that attack. Nice little counter here by Firecake, but the reinforcement troops of Bly are just a little bit too much. Spinecrawler meandering its way down to the gold base to try to provide some support from any further attacks of Bly. I like that Firecake is being very tenacious with his Lings out on the map, keeping Bly honest and on his side of the map. The expansion is just now going down for Bly, but not at the gold. So the timer is, again, on for Bly. Bly must do more damage. He did kill a lot of workers, but he himself had cut workers to do that damage. Firecake is actually catching up in workers himself, still a little bit behind, but this is a knife fight if I've ever seen one, in some dark, gritty alley on Ire, it looks like. So
yeah, Firecake is just doing a great job of picking off individual Banelings with small groups of his own Lings. Really attacking Ling on Ling. When the Banelings show up, he backs away. Just the micro on display here is fantastic from Firecake. And
like,
especially
he's at
with
a
that
deficit.
Spine Crawler out front.
Like, he is so far behind right now, Firecake, still. But the longer that gold is running, remember, that's an extra income that he has that Bly does not. And not only that, gold bases obviously give you more money as well. And this is allowing Firecake to catch up slowly, bit by bit. And that's what he needs. And Bly needs to make something happen right now. He did take the risk, though, of taking his own expansion behind this. So he's going through the semblance of macro. I'm not entirely sure that, in this case, would have been the right choice. And maybe just all-inning off the one base, committing to it, instead of just whatever this is right now. Some floating Banelings happening.
2 Banelings from Bly are meandering their way up into the main base, though. Oh, and they decide to come on back down instead, so never mind. What are you doing,
Yeah, workers went
Don't
down
get in
there.
range of that Spine Crawler. Oh.
I actually totally missed that. It looked like Banelings got into the gold base of Firecake and killed half of his workers. He went down to as low as 7 workers at some point there. Pretty nice play by Bly, at least distracting Firecake, allowing that to happen. So this actually sets him on a pretty good course. His natural is up. It's not mining yet, but at least it's there for production. Further and further setting Firecake behind. But Firecake is such a resilient fellow. Look at this guy, still not dead, and managing to do whatever he can with whatever he has.
Dang, Bly has 16 Lings in production, though. This is going to be a flood on the way to Firecake. I just don't know how he's going to hold this off. I don't see it happening. There's a Spine, there's a Queen, there's some workers, but nothing else is in production right now for Firecake. He's trying to get his worker count back, but he can't get the army to defend against what's coming here from Bly. And here they come. Here come the Lings, right at the Valkyries, everybody. Oh, just kidding. They're Banelings.
They're Banelings.
Nope. Still pretty effective, though, turns out.
Yeah, at least 100% better than a Zergling is a Baneling. Yes. It's pretty much science. All right, guys, the worker count is heavily in favor of Bly. Army count is absolutely eclipsing what Firecake has. Some nice, not bad Baneling hits there by Firecake. That was all he had. GG, it's called. Bly takes the game, making it 2-1 still in favor of Firecake. That, man, it's so intense. The amount of micro and control that goes into controlling, your banelings, your zerglings, and then selecting individual zerglings and banelings to making sure you're not running your whole army into a single baneling. It's an immense skill. It's a true display of skill. It may not be everybody's cup of tea to observe, but you must appreciate the APM and pure talent that is required to pull something like that off. So well won by Acer.Bly, bringing the series at least a little bit closer together here, making it 2-1, putting a map on the scoreboard for himself.
Yeah, it really came in. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just blathering on. You go nuts.
I was just going to say that really big attack at the main base of Firecake where he lost a bunch of workers. The Lings were everywhere killing stuff. That was pretty much it. I mean, in the end, that's what Zerg versus Zerg can come down to, is just some kind of a huge attack with Lings. Does a lot of damage to the economy. So hard to come back from that. And if your opponent is also a good Zerg player, you're pretty much going to be dead. So that is the kind of the knife fight aspect that BobbyAwesome here is always talking about.
Yep, absolutely agree, considering it's literally what I said. So yes, guys, we're heading to the next game, guys. Game 4 of this finals of the Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void Qualifier number 2. Firecake versus Bly. Right, guys, to the north, we have the blue Zerg winning the last game in a scrappy Zerg Bane fight. It is Bly.
And in the bottom of the map, representing Frenchmen everywhere, it is Firecake.
Alright, well, so far we've seen that Bly has no interest in playing a sort of macro game, except just now. He takes his... well, I said so far, I didn't say this game. So, he takes his hatch first, which actually I think is an excellent choice, considering his tendency to play super aggressive. May as well take the chance, and it is quite a long map as well, so any sort of Ling aggression is not favorable to the aggressor.
No, generally not. There's a spawning pool timing coming down as well. Extractor just about to pop. We'll have enough gas to get that speed pretty much immediately based on these timings here. Extractor going to finish as well here for the Red Zerg player. Pop, and the worker count immediately pumps to 3. These players have their timings down. They know how to open and a ZBZ and keep things alive. So again, fairly even play right now. Hatcheries coming up. They'll finish at the same time. Overlords coming up. Spawning pool, mirror matchup of a mirror matchup build. Super fantastic.
Yep. You said it. The builds are nearly identical in a very standard opening style that we've seen in ZVZ throughout the recent Legacy of the Void history. This Overlord making his way. Look at that steam coming off the top of the Overlord. Hard at work, doing its thing. They're underappreciated, our Overlords. They're underappreciated.
They are.
That's also actually something we haven't seen in this event yet. Overlord drops. That's always a nice, trick, a little something to catch your opponent off guard. It's not because it's not something you traditionally expect all the time. We do have a spine coming on the way for Firecake. That guy definitely plays it safe. Well, I mean, I don't blame him, for the history of Bly is an aggressive one at that.
And there goes the Baneling Nest for Firecake. Bly, actually... Well, there we go. I was going to say, where's Bly's Baneling Nest? It'd be very strange not to have one, but indeed, there it is. Indeed. Both players getting their speed to finish it, but about the same time as well. And some queens are coming out. Lings at the same time, 26 to 24 total harvesters. Really just going to come down to micro on this first battle. We'll see who can pull ahead at that point.
Yeah, overall, the builds are mirrored each other, and there's not a whole lot of difference between the two. But it all comes down to who has better control, perhaps who has better macro, and I guess foresight into what your opponent is doing. The third base is going down for Firecake as he looks to continue on his trend of macro. But the Lings are heading across the map for Bly, looking to apply some pressure, maybe even possibly deny the third base of Firecake. But there are Banelings, and quite a lot of them, morphing in right now for Firecake. And we're about to see, actually, for both players, they're morphing in Banelings. So we're about to see
about 6 Banelings.
Yeah, another little micro battle here to contest this third base. Again, there's a defender's advantage for Firecake, which will enable him to quite possibly defend his third base effectively. Nice. Look at these slow banes. Are so funny to watch. Look at them waddle across. Oh, they're being cornered. That's going to be mayhem right here. Oh, I cannot play. Oh, there it is.
Everybody dies.
On Firecake
Firecake
took
won
the
that
advantage there, yeah.
Yeah,
A slight advantage.
3 banelings left. Resources lost, 425 minerals, 150 gas for Bly, 300 and 100 for Firecake. So absolutely, Firecake playing this very well, and indeed has his own defensive banelings. Link count looking very good at the same time. Is actually down 28 to 33 in harvester count, and look at that, a third base coming up for Bly. Oh, maybe not as aggressive as we'd expect him to be today.
Yeah, well, he needs to find a way to transition out of this, since the third base is up and now is uncontested for Firecake. He did not successfully cancel it or even put any economic damage, so he is on the back foot. Is Bly not out of this game at all by any means, unless his third base gets canceled, which looks to be the case. There's nothing here to stop this base from getting canceled.
Roaches being made, but it's not enough. Oh no, this link count actually might be enough to deal with that many roaches as well if Firecake wants to be aggressive, but as we've seen in the past, he's more patient. He has the patience of a champion, as BobbyAwesome has said. And here comes some...
He's raising his roach number, but he cannot get caught out in the middle. But it looks like Firecake's going to force the issue, actually. Fighting up this ramp. A little bit weird, and a little inefficient, one would say, but...
is it actually working?
But
it looks like it's working,
so much.
though.
Yeah, he's crawling his way in there. This is really weird to watch, but Banelings have squeezed their way through, getting splash damage on the ramp, and yes, he has found an opening. Nice little link flood by Bly has come to the defense, but those Banelings do not want to try
the roaches are gone. No, Banelings are trying to decide what they can do. Oh, all the Banelings get cleaned up, though. Nice job there by Bly.
Yeah, nice efficient engagement there.
No, it can be very difficult in this situation. Oh, Firecake just wins that handily. Holy crap. All right, so he wins it. He's going after queens. He's going after workers here as well. Drone count going to start to plummet here. For Bly, Morlings running across the map at the exact same time. Roaches are out, and more roaches coming in to help as well, but 4 drones died. Bly is down to 29. Total Harvesters forcing a cancel on this base again. Is it getting canceled? Yes, there's the cancel. Probably be immediately remade by Bly as soon as he can, and there it is. But again, so delayed. Firecake's had his third forever.
Yeah, Firecake has his third base, as you said, forever. He's starting to mine from it right now. He's rising up in his economy super fast, getting another gas, looking to start to... Bly's getting another gas, looking to forward his tech, as slow roaches themselves with some lings aren't the most powerful composition in the game. He is getting some Ravagers, though, to supplement this. So we're going to be seeing Bly to try to apply pressure on Firecake's side of the map to secure his own third and prevent any more economic damage being done to him. But what Firecake has quite a bit of roaches himself and lings as well, with some more banelings on the way. So he doesn't seem to be in any mortal danger from this attack incoming from Bly.
No, he's got about 10 Harvester lead compared to his opponent Bly, and just going to pretty much hold him off here. Again, might even try to take a 4th base, depending on how well this defense goes. Just kind of scouting things out now with the lings, sees the roaches, sees the Ravagers, sees the Speedlings in there as well, trying to find a good way to engage, chasing those lings in case they have mischief on their minds, making sure they don't swing around and try to get a run by. While the army is out for Firecake, just covering all of his bases, forcing Bly's army all the way back home to the 3rd. And continuing to drone up, or just macro up behind it, getting a lair here as well, and a spire coming up for Bly.
Yeah, Bly going for the spire, which is an interesting choice. There are roaches on the field for Firecake, as well, a healthy number at that. More drones on the way, with 9 being pumped out, and +1 ranged attack, as well as more Ravagers too. So Firecake is utilizing every bit of economic advantage he has in his favor, as he is mining from his natural, and Bly is not. So Bly may have a 3rd base, but there's nothing happening at it right now, which is just another example of how far ahead in the worker count and overall economy that Firecake is right now. Bly's trying to make something happen. It's admirable that he's trying to force Firecake to stay on his side of the map and macro out of it, but Firecake is doing the same thing. He's staying in his own way. He's not taking any more economic damage. Now taking a 4th base off of this too, knowing exactly where the army of Bly is. He has no fear of reprisal for doing so. And excellent position that we find Firecake in.
Yep, like you said, just being patient, kind of biding his time, getting his army up. When you're ahead, get more ahead, as Day9 has always said. Galil Reconstitution on the way, as well as Nubati's Carapace. For Firecake, he wants his overlords to be fast so they can avoid getting, I think, getting Corrosive Bile to death. And
yeah,
also,
that's more than likely it. It'll end up helping the retreat away from the Mutalisks. Mutalisks, as we see, are being heavily committed by Bly, as he has quite a few Mutalisks on the way, about 9 in production, and they just popped now. He has +1 attack for his Mutalisks being researched as as well. No Hydralisks on the way, actually. Did we have a Hydra Den for Firecake? It does not look like it. So this could do damage if Firecake is not in position and does not start sporing up. Because this is a pretty impressive ground army, but these Mutalisks will not stick around for corrosive bile shots.
No, they certainly will not. Way too fast for that. And yep, Firecake says, I'm in trouble. I didn't see these mutas coming. I need to move out across the map as fast as I can. I'm going to take casualties, but I need to get out there and see if I can actually kill Bly before these Mutalisks take down everything that I have. There aren't enough of them to actually wipe out this army, so it's a good plan by Firecake. Lings here trying to deal with this base. The roaches might pop out and save it, but here they come, coming right up this ramp. There's a lot of Ravagers and roaches here defending at the same time, just going right after this hatchery. Killing it would be a massive blow to Acer.Bly's economy. Decided to go after some army instead here, leaving the hatchery at very low health.
That's interesting, letting it survive. But still the supplies are telling a completely different story from this battle, as Firecake is still pumping out unit after unit. You can see in the minimap, units just streaming across the map, roach after roach, not giving a care in the world about these Mutalisks, knowing they do not have the DPS to take care of these roaches. And looks like Firecake is really actually doing a lot of damage here. Actually, they did get cleaned up inside the main. A little bit. He will. Oh wow! He just gets this natural. Oh, nice. Barely. Super sneaky by Firecake. And also to keep in mind, the fourth base was under siege by some Lings of Bly, but Firecake managed to keep it alive as well.
He did. He kept it alive. The Mutalisks finally clean up the roach incursion into their main base. Hydralisk then just about to finish for Firecake, and there it is. And any Hydras in production here by Firecake? The answer is no, not right now. Getting some spores up, though, for that defense, just in case the Mutas turn their attention back to his base. It seems like they are more interested in defense than anything else right now, which probably makes sense, considering there are more roaches heading towards his third.
He gets an Overseer just to deal with the burrow play of Firecake's roaches. His fourth base, Firecake's fourth base, is up and running, mining and getting spores up as well. This is an excellent, aggressive yet economic continuation into the mid game for Firecake. That Bly is having is really hard struggling with this. Mutalisks are excellent units, but against these roaches and these running around the map, splitting themselves apart, they become less and less effective. Firecake is also pooling some Hydralisks back at home just to defend the mineral lines of his of his mining bases, and he's just solidifying his lead economically, as just the third base is trying to be rebuilt for Bly, and it's again under assault by a couple of roaches. But that's not all. Look at all these Hydralisks back at home. These Hydralisks have to be very careful against this amount of Hydralisks.
Yep, muscular augments about 50% complete. They will be faster once that happens, but in the meantime, they will take their time getting there. They might actually run right over these mutas. Oh, Acer.Bly, are you paying attention?
And that's what I was talking about. Except I said
I don't know about that.
Ouch. Oh,
you did.
That's pretty costly.
Actually, that's costly, but they do clean up the Hydralisk group, but they lost a ton of mutas there.
Yeah, he did lose a lot of Mutalisks, but the real story is Firecake did not split his Hydralisks against those Mutalisks, and that's allowed the splash damage to really do the work here. And this is actually a little bit unfortunate for Firecake. He's still doing okay with those spores to defend his fourth base, but that fourth base is going to eventually get picked off. Nice positioning by Bly's mutas. Bly sure knows how to use that Mutalisk unit, that's for sure, and gets the most out of them as he can. Normally, one person would not want to engage a group of Hydralisks, head on, but they're all clumped up, and now we have some lurkers on the way. Nice choice by Bly to counter any possible ground forces such as the roaches that Firecake has. This is exactly what he needs right now to not die. But he's going to lose his fourth base that's going up, though. In fact, does it get canceled? It's going to be close. He does, in fact, cancel it. Good that he's paying attention. Harassing with these Mutalisks, just keeping an eye on the Hydralisks of Firecake as more Mutalisks are added to the flock.
Yeah, so just kind of sticking with this Muta tech here. He is currently up to 14 Mutas. He's lost about 12 so far in the game, so definitely taking some heavy casualties that way. Morphing in some lurkers here as Bly. So, I don't know, Bly actually, losing that fourth was huge. That definitely hurt, but killing the fourth of Firecake was also very nice.
Yes.
So Muta's flying around, just trying to kill Overlords. Again, trying to supply block. Another aggressive push out from Firecake, heading on out, saying we can deal with the Mutas at home with the units that are there. Even though I do lose some workers, if the mutas are there, they can't defend, and he's going to try to make something happen that way.
Yeah, Firecake's going to walk across the map, seeing what he could do with the army he has. That's the best way to deal with mutalisks. Just leave home and start trying to make something happen with the army that you have. Worker supply is very, very similar right now. Like, Bly has 59, actually is ahead by 10 drones right now compared to Firecake. And Firecake is looking to attack up a ramp with a whole lot, or actually no, now he's just pulling back. He looks to be unsure what he wants to do, because that's a lot of lurkers at the top of Bly's ramp right now.
Does he have
oh, that's
I don't know
crazy.
if he has an observer with his army is the problem.
Well, even if he does, Hydralisks don't outrange lurkers. You're gonna walk right up that ramp. Hydralisks will just absolutely evaporate so fast. And now the Mutalisks are still putting in a lot of work here, actually back at home. Again, forcing the majority of Firecake's army back to his home turf. And we got an infestation pit on the way for Firecake, just trying to deal with this this Mutalisk flock, but it doesn't look like Bly is committing any further to Mutalisks.
Yeah, good placement there by these spore crawlers.
Yeah, very
really
good.
Cannot afford to lose this fourth base to Mutalisks. Maybe overdid it, but again, better safe than sorry. Trying to throw down a fourth base over Thar again, and unfortunately there's a burrowed Ling there. That's not going to happen for Bly. And the army's going to kill that drone as well. Oh, long distance mining here for Bly. A little bit exposed. Managing to survive anyway. Firecake did not want to go after those workers.
That's pretty funny, actually. A nice little burrow play. He's done this like twice already so far. Just throwing another little Ling towards the potential fourth base of Bly, denying it from going down. But now he himself has lurkers outside the base of Bly. But he also has a much larger army supply.
Oh, what a dodge. What a corrosive bile dodge there. That was amazing by Bly. That's exactly what Firecake wants to do, is throw down corrosive bile on top of those lurkers and kill them that way, but I think he might settle for starving Bly out. If he just kind of sits here and does a contain, does not allow Bly to take a fourth base, he realizes the Zerg's gonna mine himself out, and in the meantime, if he continues to expand, then Firecake has this game in the bag. So I feel like that's what the plan is. Firecake actually getting a Spire of his own and a Hive.
Yeah, Bly going for the proxy double. In fact, double expand, proxy hatch, out in the middle of no man's land with his I guess his expansions. One at the gold and one at the far southeast of the map. But Firecake spots it. Why? Why would he do that?
Wow.
Where's that? Yeah, how in the world does he do that? Why would you send? I mean, that's his excellent game sense from Firecake. Just getting his bases covered, making sure all mineral lines in the map are scouted. Excellent.
So Bly is taking a hatchery up north. I don't think that Firecake is aware of. But Muta's coming in and clearing out these lurkers. Yikes.
Yeah, Firecake not paying attention, having his Hydralisks a little bit out of position there, allowing Bly to clean up some of those lurkers. Lurkers are a pricey unit. One lone Hydralisk here cleaning up that expansion like a boss.
Locking it down.
Yeah, there's that north base there, that gold base that Bly has, and it seems to be uncontested and completely unbeknownst to Firecake, it seems.
Because there's the debris on that base.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can actually access
this situation.
It, you have to fly.
This is a tricky situation. I mean, there's no way that Firecake can walk up that ramp with that many lurkers on top of it. I don't care what composition you have right now. I mean, even Ultralisks would have a tough time. So this is going to be an interesting situation. Something we've all a day we all knew could arrive. Lurker versus lurker.
Oh, he's going after Spore Crawler City here. I don't know about this decision from Bly.
Well, he has quite a lot of Mutalisks. He decided to replenish his flock. Now catching some Corruptors here that were just Maynarding their way around. And we'll actually catch almost all of them, in fact. With that amount of Mutalisks, they go down pretty quickly.
Oh, but check this out. Greater Spire on the way for Firecake. He wants to Broodlord his way up that ramp.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only way.
To break it with Broodlords makes a lot of sense. I guess maybe Swarm Host might be good too. Maybe.
Yeah, Swarm Hosts aren't a bad idea. There's, they just spawn their locusts so infrequently, and they're so high in supply. They are hard to justify in an endgame army because you need that supply for actual units that you could actively fight with. It's a tough balancing act, I find, with Swarm Hosts in Legacy of the Void. Not to say they're not good, because they're excellent at taking out expansions, but in a straight up fight, you'd rather have
Not as
other
strong.
units. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So this gold base for Bly is kind of a turning point in this game. I think he managed to get this, hide it from Firecake. Firecake has no idea that it's there. And yeah, he lost this base down in the south, but the gold base was more valuable anyway. He's up 60 to 47 total harvesters right now over Firecake.
Yeah, Bly has somehow secured himself a pretty healthy lead economically. And not just because of that gold base, but he secured his 4th base finally after all this time. Nice Corrosive Bile's attempt going down to hit the Mutas. But Bly a little bit too savvy with his Mutas.
Yeah, I mean, his ability with Muta is just fantastic. Best we've seen today so far, absolutely.
Yep.
Broodlords are morphing in, though, for Firecake. The question is, where are they? Because they need to get across the map, which is a problem, considering Bly basically has map control with his flock of Mutas.
Yeah, this will be risky with this many Mutas on the field. I mean, they're no Corruptor, but they'll still kill Broodlords with little say on the side of Firecake. There's a lot of anti-air here, but no, again, the Firecake has no fungals available to him. He has no infestors on the field, which would really... Oh, but there's that! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh no! Oy vey.
I did not see that. I saw the Vipers and I was like, oh, Vipers.
I'm like,
I totally forgot about Parasitic Bomb.
Oh, me too. Oh. I was just saying, oh, there's no fungals and that's what you need to deal with this. Oh yeah,
Nope.
Parasitic Bomb, only the best ability in the game. Oh, that's so devastating. That's exactly what Firecake needed, man. Exactly.
Bly has lost 59 Mutas in this game. 59!
That is crazy. He needs enough Hydralisks too.
Now the siege can begin. The Hydralisks, there are enough to chase off those Mutas. Just slowly whittling away at the Lurkers. A small link counterattack comes here. The Roshers Ken should be able to deal with that one. Corrosive Bile on Broodlords. Another Parasitic Bomb comes up. Pretty good split this time, though, by Bly.
Yeah.
Didn't lose too many units there. Oh, shoot.
Oh, no.
Oh, that was
He did.
close.
Oh, that was super close. Yeah, he has to babysit his Broodlords. He does not have enough Broodlords to really do any damage with these Lurkers who are killing the Broodlings before any damage can be done.
It's like they have the initial strike, right, where they hit, and that's doing some damage, but then they immediately evaporate to like 100 spines.
Yeah.
So they can't chew on anything before they die.
No.
Oh, fantastic.
Super slow, a slow bleed in the part of the siege of Firecake here. But again, Bly is starting to creep back ahead because his economy is still so well and good due to that unscouted gold base. That's really keeping Bly alive at this point. Now, Bly seems to have had enough with that fifth base of Firecake. Now sending over some Lurkers to deal with it, and deal with it. No, it's within range of the Spores detection. That's a little bit unfortunate placement there. While Firecake.
Oh, the Mutas are clumped. Ooh, splitting again.
Yeah, that's hard to deal with, especially in large numbers.
Lurker massacre on some of these drones, getting 1 or 2 or 3 of them.
That is such an unfortunate placement for as far as Bly's concerned. Those for a Lurker, some random Lurker to be sitting there. That's gotta suck. He lost a lot of workers there, equalizing the drone count. It's just because that one single Lurker in the middle of nowhere. Look at this little attack at the 5th base of Firecake, but nice response by Firecake, immediately evacuating his workers, sacking that base just to keep his workers alive for as long as possible. But he's starting to mine out. Actually, he has mined out from all his other bases except for his 4th. He absolutely needs his 5th to stay in this game, as Bly is still mining quite healthily, actually, from 2 bases.
Where is there an attack? Oh, there's an attack going on the right side base. There we go. Ravager cleaning this base up, completely getting it locked down. That gold base still completely unknown to Firecake. It is. He has no idea that it's there.
All those Lurkers at the 4th base of Bly are right now putting in some damage there, killing quite a few workers, putting Bly down through 34 drones. Not bad at all.
Again, Firecake only has 39 himself. This has just been a war of attrition. Both of these players hitting each other in the face repeatedly. The best of all the best matches.
And something to note is Bly keeps building Mutalisks. He like, oh, you got Corrosive, or not Corrosive, we got the Parasitic Bomb. I don't care, even though it's the hard counter to my unit. I'm just gonna keep building them. It's amazing, amazing tenacity from our Acer Zerg player.
Well, as long as your splits are good.
Yeah.
It's not too devastating. It's just he didn't see it, I don't think, that first time. He was flying out. He was trying to do some micro and just got completely caught out of position. Another parasitic bomb comes up here. Pretty good split, though. Once again on those units, losing a Muta. Possibly another one, although I don't think so. Nope. I think he probably should throw down 2 or 3 parasitic bombs if he can. More Vipers are in production for Firecake. I think he has that in mind to throw down some more than one on there. That hatchery falls to the Mutalisks. Another hatchery dying over here. Bly loses that one. I mean, at this point, TwistCat, let us know who's going to win this match. I mean...
Yeah, this is super close right now. The supply is ahead for Firecake, but it's due to the large fact that he has Hydralisks and Ravagers on the field, which take up quite a lot of supply, as the Ravagers do, but he's just picking off, almost like 3-shotting these hatcheries now with the amount of Mutalisks he has on the field. It's almost come to a critical point. Nice.
+2 attack on those Mutalisks as well. I mean, that adds up with their bouncing glaive attack.
Yeah.
So upgrades for Muta, good choice.
So Bly is super rich. Let's keep that in mind too. He has like 2,600 mineral right now. No gas.
Yeah, but no gas.
If he wants to just
do with it.
Well, if he just wants to ling it all day, he could absolutely do that.
He could. And he is sending some lings out in hit squad formation. Gonna find a base down there eventually. Their patrol path not find it yet, and there it is. Now it's under assault. Never, ever going to happen there. They're worker transferring there, too. Not a good time, workers. Don't go that way. The unit's coming over to try to defend that base. Are they going to get there? Or there's another parasitic
bomb goes down.
And a good split. Once again, finding the injured Muta, getting it the heck out of there. It's like a Radiate from Brood War is what that is.
It is, yeah.
I just realized. Huh.
This is an all-over kind of game. This is like a really good ZVZ. This is what happens when 2 good players who already got the cheese out of their system for the most part, the aggression, and decide to play a normal game. And this is just insanity happening all over the map. I like that. Lings happening at this base. Actually, this is the insanity is insane. He's killing actually a lot of drones now. Firecake down to 27 drones. These Ling run-bys again. Acer.Bly can afford this. He still has 2,000 minerals in the bank. So all these little run-bys are paying off for him and costing him very, very little in the grand scheme of things. As he himself is taking yet another base. Actually, he has the base in the bottom right. The gold base is almost mined out, though. And looks like he's going to plan to move his workers out from there.
Are there drones in this? There's an overlord full of drones for Bly that he didn't actually ever land at his gold base. If you put them to work somewhere...
I think he's lifting them out. I think he's lifting them out, actually. He was in the process of moving them out.
Big parasitic bomb hit. Attention, everybody. The number of Mutas that have died in this game for Bly has reached 100. Yes, that is correct. 100.
Wow.
That's a lot of dead Muta.
That's a lot of gas.
Yes.
Like, that's crazy. But Bly, with his mineral and his infinite wisdom, is taking the right side of the map with taking as many bases as he can with the... Oh, these lurkers are being picked off for free by Firecake. The supplies are relatively even. Worker count, though, just jettisoning up quickly by Bly to 54 drones, to 24 Firecake. Again, time is not in favor of Firecake in this case, as the whole right side of the map is going to be droned up by Bly.
Yeah, I guess it depends on if Firecake can figure it out, though, right? If he can get over there, if he can secure his own bases against Ling run-bys and against lurker attacks, he has enough. He has Overseers, he has a pretty big army of Lings and Roaches and Ravagers. He should be able to take these bases out.
Yeah, it's amazing when you really consider it. I mean, his army supply is incredible because supplies are even, but he's so far behind in workers. He is just now droning up, though, getting up to 34 drones as we speak, with another Ling run by actually into the bottom right base of Bly, killing some workers, is Firecake, which is really nice. His ground army is so strong. Is Firecake, so he's able to zone out the
parasitic
bomb. Oh, that's so damaging, and able to now push the issue on the right side of the map.
Oh, using blinding. That actually does work on lurkers. Nicely done. Ooh, watch out. There are more lurkers there, though. Backing out, down. Then again, the Lings to take out that one base at the bottom right. They're moving up the map to that base right there as well, surrounding that lurker with Lings and going after the workers here at the same time. Worker count continuing to drop for Acer.Bly, losing 2 more. And Bly says, if you're on that side of the map, I'm going to be over on this side of the map. Come chase me that way. And we'll see who's going to win this game.
Yeah, both players trying to attack their other opponents' respective side of the map. This is a lot of Hydralisks and Lings here for Bly, as he had quite a healthy bank, and he's now pushing that economic advantage to a military advantage. But their Firecake has 4 Lurkers just plopping their way into this right expansion of Bly, and there's no answer here as these workers are getting spiked to death. On both sides, worker counts are being devastated, but in favor of Firecake as far as the amount of workers lost or killed in this case, managing to equal out the worker count. And more.
So man, another hatchery falls there for Firecake. What on earth is this game?
Well, this is an insane game right now. 18 drones lost for Bly. That's actually quite a lot of Hydralisks, but Blinding Clouds go down on the Hydralisks as Firecake decides to engage this. Ling's coming from behind, actually, getting the surround, managing to get a pretty dang efficient engagement for Firecake. This is exactly what Firecake needs to keep in this game, and he's doing it. He just takes the little engagements. Look at how close. Before he was at 20 workers and to like 58, and now look at the supplies and the worker count. Firecake has managed to claw his way back into this game, into contention, cleaning up that whole right side of the map of Bly's expansions and taking efficient engagements on his own side of the map. This is just amazing play by Firecake. Woo! Yeah,
taking a deep breath, everybody.
This is crazy. Like my jaw hurts.
Lings again taking out this 5th base. Not even getting a cancel off on that one. Roaches trying to kill them. Is this enough Roaches to deal with that Lings? It looks like it is. High ground lurker harassment on this base. Going to get another hatchery. The number of hatcheries that have died in this game, if we are interested in looking at that, is 13. 13 hatches have died combined for both of these players. Lurkers are running around for Firecake, trying to find stuff to kill. Getting queens, getting hatcheries, not a bad idea. Transferring workers, trying to be murdered by a single Mutalisk, doing it all by its lonesome.
Yeah, Bly managed to send those Lurkers to the 4th base of Firecake, killing all the workers there. Again, setting the worker count in his own favor, for Bly's own favor. And the pendulum swings to and fro, it seems, as these Lurkers are really playing the key role in destroying these economies, as we see Lurkers at the natural of, or I should say, of the 3rd base of Bly. It's hard to keep track of which base is what at this point in the game.
All right, 32-minute mark in this
Legacy
match.
of the Void.
Absolutely, just non-stop action. So much stuff has died. Long distance mining going on from Firecake. He has no really other good options right now. Still mining from his 4th base, it looks like, is Acer, which is very nice. And the Mutaflux is back, taking out more and more drones. This long distance mine is not a good idea. Run for your lives, Firecake's drones, and they're running. There's a couple Vipers here. They have enough for a Parasitic Bomb or 2, but not by themselves, I don't think. Double Parasitic Bomb will probably kill 2 Mutas, or at least greatly weaken them. And it does greatly weaken them. Neither of them actually fall. It's kind of a fun animation. It's very pretty, whoever programmed that one.
Yeah.
Whoever designed it.
Good on them. Now one hero Broodlord for Firecake, taking over the center of the map, doing its thing, with mass transfuse available by these queens.
It is... What on earth? Queen Broodlord.
Well, why not? That's
ZVP?
That's Wings of Liberty right there.
Yeah,
that's best composition in the world. Except
Parasitic Bomb again. Oh, good split once again. However,
excellent
Queen's
split
on the
this time,
ground.
yeah.
Again, it does damage, but it doesn't actually murder stuff too badly.
All right, Bly has a mining base towards the. Technically, it's 2 mining bases, 1.5 if you're being technical. Again, on the top left-hand side of the map, whereas we got Firecake struggling to mine from his 4th base at this exact moment. Again, work count is nearly double for Bly. Army counts are largely the same, so Bly is in a very excellent position right now, looking to take yet another base. Utilizing his air advantage that he's excellent. He's not afraid to transition back to the Mutalisks. You know, he may lose all of them and, you know, go for Roaches and Lurkers for a bit, then goes back to the Mutalisks to regain map control, insert his economic dominance. Or to regain economic dominance rather. It's excellent play by both players, and nice little attempt at harass with these Roaches. And so fast when burrowed, it's kind of cartoonish in a way. But they manage to get cleaned up very quickly by Bly's Mutalisks.
Yeah, Bly's Mutas, again, a lot of them have died, but he's replaced them. He's got 12 at this point. Broodlord defending against that Lurker, doing a pretty good job of it. That fourth base is now officially back up and running for Firecake. It seems like it was made 27 minutes ago, and it's still being mined from.
Firecake camping by that gold, the rocks by the gold. Too little, too late, my friend. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do anything there.
Probably not the best positioning I've ever seen. No.
Like, he knows there was a base there. He does see the creep, so see to his dismay that it's mined out already.
So Lurkers again from this high ground trying to kill stuff. Broodlord doing its very best, but the Mutas show up and take it down. Vipers with a few parasitic bombs available, but they decided to not actually use them here. Still needs to consume on this hatchery. Oh, and
the nice 18 base all in. Like, oh wow, GG's called. Oh wow, Bly ties up the series 2-2. Wow,
that was a great comeback by Bly.
It was absolutely. He was quite far behind at various times in that game. I mean, gotta give it to Firecake for being so resilient at times too, where he was behind. It's just the pendulum of momentum switched from side to side. It was truly amazing ZVZ, one of the best I've seen. Certainly, I think the best I've seen in Legacy of the Void. Absolutely extraordinary. Guys, for those of you who just tuned in, this is the Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void Qualifier number 2. As part of the, I guess, Gauntlet StarCraft's Legacy of the Void series. This event is brought to you by Next Recall, FalconPaladin, and is sponsored by Cetone and the Gauntlet crew. You can follow them at Gauntlet SC2 on Twitter. I'm BobbyAwesome. Casting with me is FalconPaladin. This is the Legacy of the Void Qualifier number 2 finals. First place gets $150, second place $100. Top 4 players of this event qualified for the global finals, which happen December 12th. That is next Saturday, people. Top 16 players will battle out for a $1,000 prize pool. Currently qualified players are Nurchio, Apocalypse, Beyond Bly, Pult, Violet, Solar, Jakshi, and more to be announced, including today's unsung heroes. We had 2 heroes from today, Senin and J King as well. Lesser known players, but they shone through in a wonderful way today. They had excellent games. You may not have heard of them, but they're up-and-coming European players that really showcase their skill and prove their worth and totally deserve to be in the Gauntlet StarCraft Global Finals. Guys, we'll be heading into Game 5 actually right now. In fact, the game is loading up. So tell all your friends, tweet it out, guys, at Gauntlet SC2. The finals right now, guys. Bly versus Firecake. To the south, we have the Red Zerg player taking the last incredible game that we just witnessed. It is Bly.
And directly to the north, representing the nation of France and all that entails, it is Firecake. Good luck, have fun coming out from Firecake there. Representing Gateau.
Yeah, let's watch out for some 40-minute cheese, guys.
That's the worst kind of cheese. I hate that so much. Wait. Wait, is he going spawning pool? Okay, wait.
No.
What? Why did he extractor trick there? That didn't do anything. Oh, it did. It did.
You're questioning the Bly?
I was questioning the Bly temporarily. I've gone somewhat insane. I apologize. Extractor trick. Off of one base with the spawning pool and the extractor play. Meanwhile, Firecake is doing pretty much the same thing, a little bit later though, and going for his hatchery.
Yeah, this is very similar to what we've seen in previous games already from Firecake and Bly, respectively. One player opting for a tad more aggressive build, while the other, being Firecake, offers the safe build. And there's not a whole lot of damage, that, unless barring a mistake, that anything Bly can do to him right now. So we'll see how this unfolds, but even these innocent openings can lead to aggressive mid-games in Legacy of the Void.
Yeah, absolutely. Cannot tell what's going on based on the early builds in ZVZ. Lings moving out across the map here. There are a total number of 4, and are they going to go the right direction is the question. They're splitting to find... Oh, I thought they were splitting. Maybe not. Anyway, 6 Lings heading out going the wrong direction if they want to try to kill the opponent Firecake, but I suppose they're just doing what the Overmind has told them, so they're not too much to blame here.
Yeah, speaking of, let's speak of this map, actually. Central Protocol. I don't think enough is said, but how nice this map looks. What a great looking map.
It is very pretty.
Probably the nicest looking map in the map pool. Whether it's the best map in the map pool, that's leave that up for debate. Although I find it offers some interesting strategies, potential in all matchups. We have Banelings for Bly morphing just outside the natural of Firecake as the action is about to ramp up. A couple Lings meandering around the natural of Firecake, scoping the joint out as the 4 Banelings will waddle their way up that ramp.
And here they come. Are they actually going to get a kill on that hatchery? Instead, they decided to go for more of those drone kills and queen kills up here in the main base. There are some Lings defending 2 queens, actually, here. The Banelings split on out. The drones are running for their lives. Pretty good split there as well. 1 Baneling hit. Yes, 2 Baneling hits.
Oh, he ended up getting quite a few.
Pretty big kill indeed. Oh, Baneling hit kind of whiffs on that one, but the Lings are still here. Pretty big Baneling
gets
shot
a queen
there
too.
As well. Did get one of the queens. Baneling nest of Firecake zone just about to finish. That should help immensely against any further attacks, but I don't see... There it is. More Banelings morphing into the front door. In full view of that Overlord by Firecake. He's not hiding what he's doing at all. Bly is being super aggressive here and trying to win in the Ling battles. Hard for me to see who's going to win these most of the time, but Firecake seems to be doing very
wow.
well.
That was
And
so
Acer.Bly
close.
pulls out.
That was so close to finishing too, that Baneling. That was insane. What guts for Firecake to try to get that killed as well. See, Firecake took quite a lot of damage, including drone kills, in that initial engagement. But remember, he is off 2 hatch right now versus Bly just throwing down his natural. Just started. And so this production advantage is heavily in the favor of Firecake, despite the drones and queen loss he experienced. So I definitely like Firecake's position right now.
Yep, Spinecrawler at the front helping out as well. Queen just poking at stuff with her spines and her claws. What are those officially called, actually? I always forget. They are talons and acid spines. That is what queens can do.
The more you know.
That's right. And knowing's half the battle. I'm mixing my Saturday morning TV stuff.
If knowledge is power, then to be unknown is to be invincible. Anyway, here we go. Should be a Dark Templar saying, but it isn't. It's Romulan.
No.
But anyway, hashtag nerd. Okay, so we have the little bit of a posturing by both players, but no critical damage being done on either side. But Firecake is starting to pull ahead with 10 supply, most of that being in workers. 26 workers to 18 of Bly, and he's starting to push the issue across the map here, forcing Bly back home, and just letting him know who's boss right now.
Who is boss?
Well, it was guy we just
was
got, J King.
boss.
J King
Yeah.
was big boss, yeah.
It was, but he's gone. So current boss. I guess if we go winner is current boss, then Acer.Bly is the current boss of the situation.
Currently, right
All
now,
right.
but
Currently, that's right.
Firecake's doing well for himself here. Again, applying more aggression to Bly, not allowing him to build any drones or saturate. Drones are still being built by Bly, showing that he can read the situation, that Firecake isn't committing to that attack, just marauding with his Lings, trying to make Bly feel some pressure that isn't actually happening. As Firecake is looking to get a Roach Warren and start to macro up just a little bit off to base, perhaps even take a third. Well, taking a third on this map, especially in ZVZ, I think is pretty risky.
And Firecake is up 33 to 23 harvesters right now. A pretty big overall army advantage at the same time. As 7 roaches are coming out now for the Blue Zerg player, Red Zerg is getting those Banelings and workers, as well as some roaches. Firecake might be able to get some pretty big pressure out in the next couple of minutes once these roaches pop out.
Yeah, Firecake's got to be pretty happy with seeing that. Seeing all those Banelings, knowing they're going to be not a whole lot effective against the amount of roaches he's building right now.
No, Roach is doing a great job against those Banelings. More Banelings are morphing in actually here for Firecake. Defensive ones, I have to assume. And the Roaches and Lings are pushing out across the map. It is not that far of a rush distance to get to where Bly is. And a Roach Warren of Bly's own just now starting. He needs them to deal with what is coming his way. However, yep, there are some Banelings heading up for Bly towards Firecake's base. Oh, is he going to drop them in?
He's going to drop them in.
He's going to drop them into the main base. Firecake, look out!
Oh, but the attack is happening at the front of Bly's base. He has to pay attention to that, as well as do the drop. A little bit of multitasking, stretching both players, but Firecake is taking the advantage here at the front where it matters most.
Wins that handily,
yeah.
But the Banelings... Oh, he does see the Banelings just in time. How is it?
Excellent
Amazing splits there. Yeah.
Yeah, Firecake's expanding lead. GG's called. Firecake takes game number 5, putting his lead to 3-2 in this best of 7. The Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void qualifier number 2 finals, guys. Nice game. Actually, not bad from both players. I liked Bly's aggression initially, but again, it's something to do against somebody who opens so safe. He's not being overly greedy ever. I have not seen Firecake open overly greedy yet, so it's questionable to do such aggressive builds from Bly, but hey, it did work for him a couple times, and he's hoping that'll work 2 more times now, as he is behind in this series.
For sure, looking very strong indeed in this ZVZ best of 7 final.
Yeah, guys, also reminder, top 4 qualify already to the finals next weekend. So tune in, same channel, hit up that follow button. Follow at Gauntlet SC2 on Twitter, get the latest notifications for next week's global final $1,000 event, stacked event. Absolutely stacked, Falcon. Stacked.
So stacked.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to be heading in, actually in the lobby right now. We'll be heading into game number 6 of this best of 7 to determine. It's on match point now, so if Firecake takes this one, he takes home all the bones and all the bragging rights in this case too.
All the marbles.
Involved. All the marbles. Man, imagine a tournament that actually gave away marbles too. Wouldn't that be like mad respect for them?
I would play. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Should be
Dude,
DreamHack's thing.
Marbles were like the Pokemon of the olden times. Did you know that?
Of the 80s, yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, they
Or
got their
early
start,
90s
like, back
even.
in the 50s, like 40s,
Well,
50s.
I guess, sure.
I mean, even back in the late 1800s, they had marbles as well.
Yeah, well, I grew up playing with marbles all the time, but who knows.
Oh.
All right, guys, to the north of this finals, in the 6th game of the finals, I should say, it's the Red Zerg Bly.
And to the south of his opponent, it is the Blue Zerg player up 3-2 on his opponent. It is Firecake.
All right, this is quite a large map, but they end up spawning just on the same side, so serendipitous for those who enjoy fast action. We've got a pool dropping down immediately here for Firecake, as not entirely surprising, but we'll see how that turns out. But Bly, same build over and over. Maybe it's something that works really well for him against other players, but I'm not sure if Firecake's not other players. Maybe I'll just steal Bly's build and it'll work against 90% of the opponents I face. You know?
It
Hey, that's a
probably
thought
would.
for all you Zerg players. Take Bly's build. May not work against Firecake, but how many times do you play Firecake? Huh?
Oh,
Never.
you know, maybe twice a week. It's not too often.
twice a week, yeah. Percentages are in my favor, yeah.
As a disclaimer, however, you can use Bly's build, but you kind of need his micro to be really effective with it.
Hey, shh.
I'm just saying.
Believe. Gotta believe.
All right. If you use Bly's build, I guarantee you will hit Masters within 2 weeks. Done.
Done.
At least you'll win all your ZVZs.
Yep.
And you can win all of your PVZs if you use Check's build. So we have a lot of stuff. We should make a book. Unbeatable builds for your different matchups in StarCraft 2.
That's exactly the name.
That would sell.
Yeah, it should be a really long name though. And we have Lings streaming across the map for Bly. Not unexpected and certainly not unheard of.
Are they going to get scouted? They get scouted. Kind of. Close enough, I guess.
They totally do. Firecake knows what's up and he knows what's on the way. He's probably going to drop a spine crawler right away, as seems to be his custom.
Indeed,
safe play.
Is. Yep.
There it is.
And he's moderately worried about this hatchery, but he never really seems to actually lose it. So while it looks bad, fans of Firecake, I wouldn't worry too much about this.
Yeah, he should just kill that hatchery. That should be his sole purpose of these attacks. See, he doesn't have a Baneling nest on the way, whereas Firecake does. With him not having that Baneling nest, he could commit more to Lings, kill this base. His own is on the way. That sets him ahead, and then he can catch up in workers after this. So excellent play by Bly this time around. I love that. That's just it's a much smarter tactic, I find, especially on such a large map like this too. Your reinforcements are going to be pretty. Any large map.
Oh, and they get a queen.
Yep, not bad at all.
Well, I just guaranteed that hatchery would live and it died, so kiss of death, I guess.
Now, at worst, depending on what Bly sees here, but he's keeping the pressure on with his Lings. He should probably get a Baneling Nest of his own, just so he's not going to die to a counterattack. Just the Banelings alone will deter any counterattack, or effective counterattack by Firecake in this case. He's going to try to retake his natural, and that I think is a sign to Firecake that, or sorry, to Bly, that there's no Ling Bane all-in follow-up happening anytime soon. In fact, look at this. More Lings flood into the natural of Firecake to recancel that hatch.
And they get it. He's going to get it. Yeah. Wow. Acer.Bly, nice job, my friend.
Yeah. Excellent play. Worker's account still ahead for Firecake, but that natural is now up and running for Bly, and that the economic situation is soon to change heavily into the favor of our Acer player.
Yeah, just impressive opening for sure by Bly. Having that extra expansion is super useful for his worker count. Banelings are morphing in for Firecake, trying to do that counterattack you were talking about a little bit earlier here. We'll have to see if that actually works out, or if Firecake is going to have to defend his base once again. He's desperately waddling his Banelings back to defend against these Lings, and they do get there in time.
And that's the way to do it too, because he didn't have his Baneling Nest done quite yet, so he can't defend effectively versus the Banelings in a defensive capacity. But forcing the Banelings back, just bottom time, his Baneling Nest is done. Now he's getting Banelings offensively. Pendulum swung back. It's now in Firecake's court. Excellent play by Bly so far. But Now the counterattack is happening anyway. Look at this. Firecake gives no cares, deciding to attack. Might get some queens here. Zoning out the retreating Blylings. That's unbelievable. Huge engagement, heavily in favor of Firecake. The decision making is absolutely insane. The game is over. That is, I don't normally call it, but that is absolutely spectacular. A lot of workers are going to go down right here. No Banelings left on the field to contend against these Lings. Speaking of the pendulum swung, yeah, it came back and smashed Bly in the face. These Banelings that were across the map are now just making their way home, but it may just be too little too late as they detonate on single Lings rather than the majority of them. Excellent splitting by and control by Firecake, really utilizing and showing the power of his micro skills.
Yeah, exactly. None of those Banelings had anything really to explode on. Bly bringing his Banelings up to the top of the ramp, recognizing he has about 5 or 6 Banelings coming his way. He needs them for a defense, absolutely. Pretty big Baneling hit there, though. Does kill quite a few Lings. Another one good there at the same time, but both Banelings are gone, and now all 7 of these Banelings for Firecake are running on in. And look at this patience by Firecake. He's not going to explode before he needs to. Yeah, he's going to wait until the drone...
Wait, oh, there it is. Oh, man. GG. Firecake is your Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void Qualifier number 2 champion, guys. He takes home $150 for his troubles. Bly, though, doesn't leave empty-handed, taking $100 as well. Both players qualify for the Global Finals next Saturday, folks. That is next Saturday. Mark that in your calendars. December 12th. The Gauntlet StarCraft Legacy of the Void Global Finals will occur. 16 players, some of the best in the world, some up-and-coming players as well.
Who are they?
The list includes Nurchio, who won the last qualifier, the Legacy of the Void qualifier number 1. Apocalypse, who got second. Byun and Bly. Polt, Violet, Solar, Jockji, and more to be announced, including 2 relatively unknown players that qualified today. J-King, the Russian phenom, and the hero we didn't know we deserved, Senin. Amazing. Like, that guy's ZVZ was off the charts today as well. He did eventually lose to Bly at some point, which was an off-stream game, but I'd love to see that series just to see what Bly did to counteract the amazingness of Senin. But we've seen some of the best games we've seen in Legacy of the Void so far. Some high-level, like, mirror matchups too. The ZVZs were spectacular with few exceptions. And amazing play.
Yeah, super high-level play today. Thanks everybody for joining us. Just a really fantastic time.
Yeah, guys. Also, absolutely amazing. Guys, shout out to the sponsor, Ctone and the Gauntlet crew. You could follow them at Gauntlet SE2 on Twitter. Please do. Without them, this event would not happen. You'll see Ctone in chat and amongst the community. He loves StarCraft. We love StarCraft. So show him some love as well. Spread the love, my friends. And I'm BobbyAwesome. With me is FalconPaladin. I want to thank the admins behind the scenes, the ESL Admins. We had Passer and Sinistro, and Element, of course, heading up the bunch of the motley crew of ESL Admins, making sure we're getting game after game. Making sure the delay is as little as possible. And what else do we got to say? Again, also, not only is the finals next weekend, guys, there is a Gauntlet Legacy of the Void Archon Mode show match. $200 show match, no less, between Huck and MC. Huck and MC, guys, the Red Bull Archon Mode champions, versus Masa and Violet. The winner takes home $200, and it's a best of 5. That is during the finals, in between on Championship Day, which is Saturday, December 12th, guys. So please mark that in your calendars. It's going to be a crazy day of amazing StarCraft, and I highly recommend checking that out. Falcon, some shoutouts on your end, sir.
Not much for me. Just again, thanks again to C-Tone and Falcon or Gauntlet SC2 for holding this tournament and ones in the future. Very excited for the future of this tournament. Really amazing players, really amazing play, and amazing casting from BobbyAwesome. Thank you so much for your analysis. I don't know where I would be without it. Yeah. And again, hit me up on youtube.com/FalconPaladin to daily Legacy of the Void cast for you guys, Sunday through Saturday. You can also find me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, you guys take care of yourself.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Guys in chat, you guys have been great. Again, please follow the sponsor at Gauntlet SC2 on Twitter and the website gauntletesports.com. I'm BobbyAwesome. You can check me out at Nexus Recall, pretty much every social media site that exists. All right, guys, till next time, see you later.